The summer season is here and the beautiful community parks in Lake Elmo await your arrival. Hello and welcome to our June edition of Local Image, coming to you from Sunfish Lake Park. Lake Elmo is a great place to live and play any time of the year, but there's some great events planned for the season ahead and some new park improvements you'll want to hear about. But first, a look at a huge springtime event held not too far from here in Stillwater. Photojournalist Jeffrey Wilson brings us this very wet Local Image segment.
As bikers gather on a rainy April morning, ride organizer John Ridge doesn't stay in one place for long.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. Good to have you on the ride.
The Gateway Loop is a really fun loop.
All right. Fantastic.
And he works his butt off for both rides.
He is giving advice.
There's some road construction on Manning that made it impossible for us to go that way. And then you just work your way back to the fairgrounds.
Fixing problems.
Right now, it'll be on its way in about 30 seconds. No problem. Is your square hooked up? Yeah, that's what I was just trying to do.
And generally being a good host.
We've got coffee and food in the volunteer room in the corner of that building. If you guys want coffee or food or anything to eat, go in that building, and in that corner over there is our volunteer room.
Weather during the annual kickoff of the Minnesota bike season can be unpredictable.
Our little tagline has always been, well, that's why we call it the Iron Man, with the expectation that weather's going to be a challenge.
Because it's not an Ironman if the weather doesn't suck.
But that doesn't stop thousands of riders from attending the Minnesota Ironman.
On a blistery, cold, windy, rainy day, to have 1,500 people on their bikes, wanting to bike anywhere from 30 to 100 miles is pretty amazing. Ironman! This is the 48th year for the Ironman.
With months of planning,
we really start about 6 months in advance of the ride, getting started for it.
And lots of hard work.
We have to deal with corporate sponsorships and work with lots of businesses that want to get involved with us. We try to get all of our website up and running, our registration going. We have to know all the routes and all the logistics in place. The ride needs about 200 volunteers for us to produce it.
The riders are on the road, rain or shine.
Last month, the North St. Paul Police Department hosted the suburban Ramsey County Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony at North Haven Church in North St. Paul. Full coverage of that service is now showing on Government Television Network Channel 16 in our area, and here is a segment about that event from GTN producer Mary Klein.
Mike Duzon said, who was a nephew of Joe's and also a police officer, said, "My Uncle Joe's death doesn't make him a hero, his life makes him a hero." Today we gather to honor Sergeant Bergeron and his ultimate sacrifice.
Every time I come to this memorial, I have to chuckle a little bit because it shows Joe with his tie properly affixed to his collar, and I don't know if I've ever seen him with his top button buttoned and the tie where it's supposed to be.
Maplewood Police Department. Joseph Bergeron, end of watch, May 1, 2010.
Everyone loved Joe. Joe was the kind of person that everyone wanted to sit next to. He wasn't a class person. He didn't care how rich or how poor. He was just that kind of person that liked to help people.
We're here supporting the family and remembering Joe, what he stood for, and what kind of a guy he was.
Walter Housing, end of watch, January 6th, 1955.
He slid on some very slippery road and hit a big boulder when he went off the road, and the steering wheel crushed his chest. That's how he ended his watch.
It was tough growing up without a dad because, other kids that we played with and whatnot all, went to school with and buddies in school time, Yeah, they had their parents and they were hunting or fishing or going to a cabin or whatever, you know. Well, we didn't have that.
We're not all cut out to be law enforcement, but those that are special.
We have a lot of policemen in our family, and maybe in a selfish way, I don't want anyone to be forgotten. And it's important to pray for those policemen who are out there every day putting their life on the line. And so when tragedy happens, you just don't want people to forget any of them.
It's that time of year again, the time when friends and families gather to celebrate the accomplishments of those graduating from high school and college. And celebrating responsibly is at the heart of the message that students at White Bear Lake High School witnessed during a mock car crash event held at the school last month. Our government television production crew worked with local law enforcement and the school to capture and share this segment with students, and we want to share it with you right now.
Yeah, whatever, that sounds good. Definitely one that though.
Guys, you guys, I gotta go. Sorry, my parents are coming home early. I can drive, you guys. I'm starting to sober up. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'll go with you then, right? Yeah, I'll go with you.
I want next chance. Yeah. Haley, stay sexy. I will.
Hey, do we know them?
Just go step over there. How about?
Were you driving this vehicle? Okay.
I knew this.
I know there's ambulance. Have you been drinking tonight? You have been drinking tonight. How much have you had?
I thought I was sobered up by now.
Okay, and how did you get in the accident today? Do you know what happened?
I don't know, just swerved and hit them.
This is going to be a series of 9 heel to toe steps. It's called the preliminary breath test. Let me blow on that. Okay, it says you're over the legal limit today. Turn around for me. You're arrested for drinking and driving.
No.
Do you understand?
Copy, 2 parties in regions. No, I want to go home.
Can I help you?
Hi, are you the Netterstedts?
Yes, we are.
I'm sorry to inform you there's been a car accident today. Your daughter, Tess, I'm sorry, sir, she was killed in the crash.
Oh, no. Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry.
I can't believe that.
A drunk driver T-boned the car that she was in with her friends.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Is it okay if I come in?
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna walk right over the green door over there. I have probable cause to believe that you are in physical control of the motor vehicle in violation of Minnesota State Statute 169A.20. I place you under arrest for DWI. There's people involved in the motor vehicle accident or collision resulting in property damage, personal injury, or death.
Our thanks to all who were involved in bringing that important message to all of us. Now, here's an important message about an annual event that truly is a great kickoff to the summer season.
It's time for the first and best part of the summer. 2 weeks of fun and festivity during Manitou Days in White Bear Lake, June 19th through July 4th. Join your friends for more than 60 events, kicking off with Market Fest on Thursday, June 19th. Take in the Grand Day Parade on the 20th. Then stick around for a rockin' good time dancing the night away at Memorial Beach. Join your neighbors at the Community Picnic on the 21st. Then bring your pooch to the 10th Annual Pet Parade the next day. Enjoy 4 days of fun at the Family Carnival starting on the 26th. And take a stroll through the Antique Boat Show on the 28th. And something new, the Pub Crawl for a Cure, to benefit breast cancer research happening around town on the same day. And top off the 2-week celebration with the spectacular 4th of July fireworks display over White Bear Lake. Make it memorable this summer during Manitou Days, June 19th through the 4th of July.
Back here at Sunfish Lake Park in Lake Elmo, I'm joined by Communications Director for the City of Lake Elmo, Alyssa McLeod, and she's going to give us an update on the city's parks here and also about some upcoming summer events that you won't want to miss. So thanks for joining me here at Sunfish Lake Park, and it's a beautiful summer day. And tell us a little bit about the park system in Lake Elmo, because there's quite a few parks, and some which maybe people don't know and some which maybe people are a little confused about, right?
There are many parks, Judy. The City of Lake Elmo actually has 18 parks with the Lake Elmo Park Reserve. That's the one that most people know of. And then here, Sunfish Lake Park is our second largest park. It's about 300 acres of natural trails and natural wildlife. It's very highly used in the winter for skiing, but it's a great place to come with dogs and walk along the paths, good recreation point. We do have 17 other parks, community parks. They're mostly neighborhood parks that are built within developments. And then there are a few of those are a little bit larger that offer more of a regional draw, I would say, or a community draw.
Right, right. And the Lake Elmo Park Reserve, which I think a lot of people are familiar with, actually isn't a city park, right?
It isn't. That is actually a county park. Many people believe it's the city park because it's located here, but it's a county park, but a great asset to the city, no doubt.
And you guys did a survey of residents about the parks, and what were some of the findings that came from that, and maybe some of the more surprising findings?
In June of 2013, last summer, we launched a community-wide park survey. It was mailed to every home, every residence in the city of Lake Elmo. I would say the most surprising thing that we found from this survey was that many residents had no idea that we had city parks or where they were located. So that was one I'd say the most surprising thing that we saw from that survey.
Right, and so the goal then going forward from that whole survey situation is some of what's happening now, correct?
Right.
So let's talk about this park in particular. I almost missed it trying to get here, so tell folks what's happening here.
Well, right now they're working on recreating the entrance into the park and looking into some further improvements. But right now they're doing that, and the reason why it's so difficult to find is because there's the sign was removed. We're actually going forward and putting in new park signs at all of our parks this summer. About a year ago, we worked with a renowned landscape architect firm, Damon Farber and Associates, to do a branding study for the community. Out of this came a color palette and just different stylized elements. And these park signs are going to reflect that image, the refreshed image. So it's exciting in that fact too, that it's going to be kind of the first project in the community that we get to implement. The signs will have a new feature on them they'll have an amenities panel on the sign, as well as just the park name, which will notify visitors on what kind of features and amenities each park has. So that's kind of nice too, as you're driving or walking by. You don't have to wonder, you can see it right from the front. So if you're looking for something particular, you know where to go.
Well, and I understand that there are some really exciting things happening right at this park starting this summer that people are going to want to know about.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a local group that had come to us earlier this year and stated that they have an intention of putting in a geocache trail here in the park, which would be a lot of fun. And for those who may not know what that is, it's using a device to take down coordinates and then find something that's hidden in the park somewhere. So that'll be a good draw, I think, to bring people out to the park.
And the green space is important to the people of Lake Elmo, right?
It absolutely is. When asking members of the community when I'm out and about, or responses that we hear from taxpayers in the city, as to why residents are moving here, that is a big key factor, is for the space.
How are you enjoying your park?
Beautiful.
Do you come here often?
I do, yes.
What do you like best about it?
The way it is.
Just the natural beauty of it?
Yes.
How much further down to the lake is it?
It's probably a mile and a half, something like that.
And I imagine you use this in the winter as well.
I do occasionally, yes.
Yeah. It's a good day to be out.
I like it the way it is because this is one of the few parks that isn't overdeveloped. Everybody wants to supposedly make things better, but I think that's a great attraction of this park.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Are you a Lake Elmo resident?
I'm not.
Okay.
I live in Shoreview.
Okay.
You came all the way here.
I come here and then I go over to Battle Creek because that park is very much the same as this.
This is important to you to keep it natural.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming out to Sunfish Lake Park.
Yeah.
We'll let you get back to your trekking.
Okay. Well.
So listen, we just talked with that gentleman who obviously came all the way here just to enjoy a Lake Elmo park. And so if he's aware of it, obviously more people are, but what is the one message you would like to leave with people as far as the park system in Lake Elmo goes?
I think the message that I'd like to leave people is to get out. I would like to encourage them to get out and explore their parks, find out where they are. If anyone is wondering about these parks, we have a resource on our website. There's a park section that gives a little description on each park. And as these new signs go up, and you see them, just step inside the park, see what it has to offer. As we discussed, the parks and open space is really one of the prime jewels of this community. It's what makes this community so special. And for people who live here and aren't utilizing that, it's, they should get out and just enjoy it.
Sure. Now they'll know more about that.
Yes.
And we also want them to know more about the summer events that are coming up. There's a lot of fun things that are happening in Lake Elmo that you want the community to enjoy, but I'm sure you're welcoming people from all over too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell us about them.
Well, the first one we have is going to be in June 21st. and which is the first day of summer. It's going to be a 4-hour event from 9 until 2 in downtown Lake Elmo. Kind of a, no official name, but just stepping into summer in Lake Elmo to get out, visit Main Street. We've had some new businesses come in downtown, like to encourage residents and people in surrounding communities just to come out and check them out. But we're going to have some fun activities for the kids. We're looking to get a small farmers market going, some live music, just a nice strollable afternoon. Some food, come down, grab a bite to eat, bring the kids to have some fun. The next event that we're looking at is going to be a Battle of the Bands competition on August 8th. And this is actually part of the annual Huff and Puff celebration that our local JC's organization puts on. This is the 38th year that they're going to be doing Huff and Puff. It's a really big draw. Teams come all over from statewide to participate in this event every year. And
softball teams?
Softball,
right.
yes, softball teams. And they usually have some fun family activities that go along with that. It's a 4-day festival.
Wow.
And we're excited this year to be combining our Battle of the Bands competition into that. This is the second year that we'll be doing the Battle of the Bands competition. Last year, we brought in, we actually had 10 bands that showed interest. 8 bands, we are able to accommodate 8 bands. We had talent from all over the Twin Cities metro area that applied to be a part of this event. Yeah. A really fun night was had, so that's an event that people don't want to miss. And then in combination with the Huff and Puff, it's grab a softball game and then stay for the Battle of the Bands. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And another thing we want to make people aware of is our sister station, GTN Government Television Network Channel 16. Obviously, we play a lot of Lake Elmo related programming on that channel, but recently you guys started a program up for residents here, and tell us a little bit about what that is.
Yes, we did. The show is called The Mayor Show. We just wanted to keep it simple, but we bring in Mayor Mike Pearson, and he will interview members of the community from different organizations, or some topics will discuss things that are happening with the city. We started the show as a means just to increase our level of transparency with our taxpayers, to let them know what's going on firsthand, to give them a little deeper look into the community as well. Everyone likes to know what's going on in their surroundings and meet the people of the community, faces they might not otherwise get a chance to meet. So that airs on GTN 16, and then we also have it on our YouTube channel. The city has a YouTube channel, so I encourage residents to check that out too. And so it's a good way to keep in touch.
Yeah, and it sounds like Lake Elmo is really making a concerted effort to reach out and engage the community, maybe in ways that they've never done before. And is that accurate to say?
That is accurate. What we've found, and I think you'll find this in any city, is that people want to be involved and they want to know what's going on. They just are so busy with their schedules. It's hard to make it to a city meeting or tune into one on television sometime if it doesn't fit with their schedule. So what we are doing this summer is we're hosting 4 community meetings that we'll be holding in different parks around the city. And we're going to be bringing city council members, staff members to these meetings to bring the council to them.
Right.
So we can let the residents know firsthand what's happening with development in the city, different projects that are going on, but also give them a chance to address any concerns they might have or questions, and in the comfort of their own backyard. So another way to keep connected is through the city Facebook page, and we also have a weekly e-newsletter called Fresh that you can sign up for to get weekly updates. It's sent out every Friday. But not only do we provide city updates and things that are happening through the council, but also we encourage members of the community to submit their events and different things that are happening with them as well.
Right.
So it's a really great way to see what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, I know you're in charge of putting a lot of that together, so thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you.
And thank you for meeting us here out at Sunfish Lake. Now, another clip from the 20th anniversary video we created 10 years ago celebrating suburban community channels. It's a look at the people it takes to make public access successful, and that's something we've been doing now for 30 years. Take a look.
was to train as many people as possible to make programs that they had the editorial control in, and then the staff would educate them, help them keep the doors open so they had a place to come and do it.
It's exactly the same thing it was 20 years ago. Open the doors when we're advertised, open the doors, and make sure people understand who are, want to use the equipment, understand how to use it, and answer questions, and then sort of get out of the way.
I still look back on it today as probably being the most satisfying job I ever had in my life up here in White Bear, because the cable company, Group W Cable, was extremely supportive of local programming back then.
The people that were here because they wanted to encourage you. They wanted to help you over the hurdles that they knew you were going to be going over, and to educate you. And they loved what they were doing, and that was very obvious.
If you don't have a sense of sharing, you're not going to last long as a staff person, because it's really all about giving of yourself and sharing with the members of the community who come in.
We need to thank the SCC, especially, I don't want to forget anybody, Luis, Ted, Mindy, Jessica, because as everybody knows here, there is no way we could do it without them, because we ask thousands of questions, and they always answer them, and we are able to produce quality shows because of them.
Another thing that I think is important that's a little bit more difficult to see is there's a lot of people, youth in particular, that come to these places that are learning a skill.
I couldn't even imagine what my life would be like if I hadn't been here, and I really mean that. It's easy to say that, but I don't know how else I would have learned the things that I've learned ahead of other people my age, I guess.
Here they're told that they're not told that they can't do something. They're told that, yes, it's possible. That really goes on beyond kind of the conventional thought of what is successful public access. It's not just about communication, it's also about people finding themselves and discovering and growing.
What's on the fee? Steak. It's the best. Fantastic. Love it.
I've enjoyed the last 10 years working at this very much, and I would recommend for any older people that it's not anything to be afraid of, and it can be terribly interesting.
I'm hoping that the 20-year thing might provide that moment for other folks, that people can do a stop and think and say, well, yeah, I mean, this has been here for 20 years, and that means that it's here to stay.
And many of those people are still working in community media today, like me. And 30 years is a long time to be doing anything these days. And so we invite you to stay with us throughout the months ahead and keep celebrating our 30th anniversary. And until next month, I'm Judy Skyboss, and I do thank you for watching Local Image.